An important announcement from HDFC Bank. A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999. HDFC.
In a few moments, the news.
A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
The time 6:15 p.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here's the news edited by Romesh Piris and read by Tilani Piris. The President inspects developmental projects in Puttalam. Traffic lane regulations in effect from tomorrow. Minister of Justice says issue government analyst reports promptly. COVID-19 recoveries on the rise. Bodies of duo missing in Boovalikada collapse building incident recovered. Reservoirs open spill gates due to heavy rains. And on international news, US declares return of UN sanctions on Iran. Sports news, tennis. Rafael Nadal crashes out of the Italian Open. The President's media division stated that President Gotabaya Rajapaksa visited the Puttalam district to inspect some of the development projects in the area. Commencing the tour, President Rajapaksa has inspected the activities in Palachene Estate in Madurankulia. The PMD stated that coconut, vegetables and several other agricultural crops are cultivated in the 900-acre estate. The President has appreciated the successful model cultivation of grapes in 10 acres of land. The President then declared open the Agro-Technical Institute constructed with funds received by His Eminence Malcolm Cardinal Ranjit from the Government of Italy. The institute has been designed to provide residential practicing training to 50 students. The Cardinal said more opportunities will be given to the youth from low-income families in the area. The Minister of Justice, President's Counsel Ali Sabri has engaged in an observation tour of the Government Analyst Department. The Justice Ministry said Minister Sabri discussed the prompt issuance of reports by the Government Analyst and prevailing issues in this regard. The Minister stated the Justice Ministry will take measures to provide necessary human and physical resources in order to formulate investigation reports. According to the situation report issued by the Epidemiology Unit, COVID-19 recuperations confirmed in Sri Lanka has reached 3,070. In the meantime, the total count of positive cases of the novel coronavirus found in Sri Lanka currently sits at 3,283. The Epidemiology Unit says the 200 active cases are under medical care at selected hospitals. Sri Lanka has witnessed 13 deaths from the virus so far. Several rivers and reservoirs have reached spill levels due to the heavy rains experienced in the Central Hills. The spill gates of the Vimala Surendra Reservoir has been opened, while a spill gate of the Upper Kothmale Reservoir was also opened. The Kasare Reservoir is 12 feet below spill level. The water level of the Kalani River has also risen due to the incessant rain experienced in the area. Due to the rise in water levels with the continuous rain experience during the past few days, engineers overseeing the Kothmale Reservoir warned residents of low-lying areas to remain vigilant. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999.
The spokesperson for the Sri Lanka Army, Brigadier Chandana Wickramasinghe, stated that the two bodies of the two persons who went missing in the collapsed building incident in Boovalikada have been recovered amid the debris. A 5-story building collapsed onto another building at the Boovalikada area in Kandy early this morning due to the inclement weather experienced in the area. 3 individuals, including a 1.5-month 2-month-old infant were rescued from a house next to the collapsed building and hospitalized. However, the baby succumbed to its injuries shortly while receiving treatment at the Kandy hospital. Another 2 individuals believed to be parents of the deceased baby were reported missing. Following extensive search operations to find the duo since morning has led to the recovery of the 2 bodies. The University of Jaffna, in collaboration with the University of Western Norway, has launched the postgraduate studies in Master of Clean Energy Technologies. The inaugural event related to this was held yesterday in the Jaffna University. The aim of the program is to increase the production and use of clean energy in Sri Lanka and to prepare human resources with the necessary expertise, efficiency and knowledge. That ends local news for now.
An important announcement from HDFC Bank. A giant interest rate for your fixed deposit that you deposit this month. Enjoy special interest rates based on deposit amount and the government security. Call 0718 800 999. HDFC.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Vidya Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya.
The police say the traffic lane regulations will be enforced along several selected routes from tomorrow. Speaking during a media briefing in Colombo, police media spokesman, Senior Superintendent of Police Jalya Senaratna said the regulations will be enforced from the 21st of September between 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. The Colombo traffic lane regulations, including the enforcement of the priority bus lane pilot project, was implemented last week along the Gaul Road, High Level Road, Baseline Road and the Sri Javadanapura Road. That was the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vidya Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
And on Watch Light this evening, the National Building Research Organisation has issued a Level 1 yellow landslide early warning for parts of Kalutara, Kagala, Nuwara and Ratnapura districts. The warning states that since the rainfall within the past 24 hours has exceeded 75 millimeters. The warning states that since the rainfall within the past 24 hours has exceeded 75 millimeters, people living in the following areas should be alert on the possibility of landslides, slope failures, rock falls, cut failures, and ground subsidence if the rain continues. That came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
People's Leasing, the trusted leader. From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
World News headlines first. US declares return of UN sanctions on Iran. Massive protest continues in Bangkok. 20 million girls may never return to school, warns Malala. The United States has announced that it has reimposed all United Nations sanctions against Iran. U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said in a statement yesterday that the United States welcomes the return of virtually all previously terminated UN sanctions on Iran. The UN has lifted most of its sanctions under the 2015 nuclear deal between world powers and Iran. The UN also plans to lift the arms embargo on Tehran in October. But the US administration of President Donald Trump has demanded the reinstatement of the sanctions, including the extensions of the arms embargo. The Thai capital Bangkok is being rocked by a massive anti-government rally that continues overnight. The protesters, most of them young, are calling for constitutional revisions and reform of the monarchy. Organizers say more than 50,000 people are taking part. That would make it one of the largest rallies during the government of Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha. A 10-point manifesto was read out at the rally calling for an end to a constitutional ban on criticizing the king. As many as 20 million girls may not return to schools even after the COVID-19 crisis is over, warns UN Messenger of Peace Malala Yousafzai. Speaking at a side event of the UN General Assembly on Friday, the youngest Nobel laureate acknowledged that COVID-19 had been a striking setback to our collective goals, such as educating women. Malala reminded the international community that sustainable global goals set by UN 5 years ago represented the future for millions of girls who wanted education and were fighting for equality. Back to the world news headlines. US declares return of UN sanctions on Iran. Massive protest continues in Bangkok. 20 million girls may never return to school, warns Malala. That ends World News.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of
People's Leasing, the trusted leader. From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Moving on with the development news, the Minister of Power, Dallas Alha Peruma, says steps will be taken to construct 2 liquefied natural gas power plants by 2023. The minister added that only 300 megawatts of power has been added to the national grid during the last 5 years. However, the demand for electricity is increasing by 6% per year. While the contribution of green and renewable energy should be increased by 70% by the year 2030 and the current 32% contribution of diesel electricity should be reduced to 5%. Minister Alha Peruma further stated that at present the contribution to renewable energy is only 900 megawatts and plans are underway to double this by 2023. That came to you in development news. And this is sports news. Tennis. Rafael Nadal's first tournament in 7 months ended with a 6-7-5 loss to Diego Schwartzman in the quarterfinals of the Italian Open. Nadal, a 9-time champion in Rome, had never lost to the 15th ranked Scotsman in 9 previous meetings. For 2 months, during the lockdown, Nadal said he didn't touch a tennis racket. Earlier, Novak Djokovic lost his cool again midway through a 6-3, 4-6, 6-3 win over German qualifier Dominik Kofer, less than 2 weeks after getting defaulted from the US Open. That was sports news.
The wait is over, and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSB Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSB Wings. Recharge the high goal.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Incense sticks manufactured by Thai Sumeda Enterprise Private Limited are to be exported to Canada. An event to mark the occasion was held in Kotte recently with the participation of Industries Minister Vimal Veeravansha and Trade Minister Bandula Gunawardena. The founder and chairman of Thai Sumeda Enterprises, Sumeda Alpitia, symbolically handed over a stock of incense sticks prepared for export to Ministers Vimal Veeravansha and Bandula Gunawardena at the launch of the new product. That came to you in Business News.
The wait is over, and it's time for you to experience happiness. It's time to remap the graph for success. It's time to rebuild your empire. It's time to initiate your entrepreneur dreams. Empower your dreams with NSB Wings. Get your 2-year personal loan for just 7% per annum, starting from 500,000 rupees to 10 million rupees. All you need is just one guarantee. NSB Wings. Recharge the high goal.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Economic news, courtesy of
Just move on real time, save more, LOLC real time. Paying the premium for transactions, simply save now real time. Day night, no trouble for your transactions. LOLC real time. Download LOLC Finance real time app for your LOLC savings account. Attractive interest rates, transactions anytime, anywhere with a zero cost and more benefits.
The Agriculture Ministry has decided to halt the importation of turmeric from India in order to grow it here. Furthermore, aside from encouraging farmers to grow the crop, the ministry has also planned to encourage residents to grow turmeric in their home gardens. The Agriculture Ministry said it plans to grow turmeric in the northwestern province. Turmeric is also a product widely used in the cosmetic industry. The ministry said there is a high demand for turmeric in Sri Lanka, and cultivating it here would be profitable to the agriculture sector. That's economic news.
Congratulations on your promotion. When will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Weather report was sponsored by
CIB Janajaya Vasana 15th phase offer from 14th September to 11th October. Win gifts worth in 100,000s for every over 3,000 rupees bill. Visit CIB today.
And to conclude the weather report, the Department of Meteorology says the prevailing showery and windy conditions are expected to continue further today due to active southwestern monsoon conditions across the island. Showers will occur at times in the central, Sabaragamuwa, western and northwestern provinces and in the Galle and Mathura districts. Heavy rainfall, about 100 millimeters, are likely at some places in the Sabaragamuwa and central provinces. Fairly heavy rainfall, about 50 millimeters, are likely at some places in the western province and in Galle and Mathura districts. Strong gusty winds, about 50 to 60 kilometers per hour, can be expected across the island, particularly in the northern, north central and northwestern provinces, Trincomalee and Hambantota districts, and in the western slopes of the central hills. And in the sea areas, there is a possibility of a formation of a low-pressure area over the northeast Bay of Bengal today. Very strong gusty winds, heavy rainfall and rough seas can be expected over the central, northeast and eastern Bay of Bengal sea areas during the next few days. That was the weather report.
Weather report was sponsored by
CIB Janajaya Vasana 15th phase offer from 14th September to 11th October. Win gifts worth in 100,000s for every over 3,000 rupees bill. Visit CIB today.
And now to end this news broadcast, the main points once again. The President inspects developmental projects in Puttalam. Traffic lane regulations in effect from tomorrow. Minister of Justice says issue government analyst reports promptly. COVID-19 recoveries on the rise. Bodies of duo missing in Boo Valley Kada collapse building incident recovered. Reservoirs open spill gates due to heavy rains. And on international news, the US declares return of UN sanctions on Iran. And in sports news, tennis, Rafael Nadal crashes out of the Italian Open. That ends this news broadcast.